All right, so the Texans take over at the 20-yard line. So here's that same drive. Ryan Fitzpatrick under all kinds of pressure and just rifles one into Arian Foster for a...
Call was hitting that helmet neck region. I agree with you. Call was bad. Arian Foster for 8 yards. Game's tied up at 7. And Foster got a Texans logo.
On a deflection and a 5-yard return. Either way, it's first and goal for Houston to open up. Arian Foster untouched. Touchdown, Texans. Just like that.
No, just keep giving the ball to that kid.
Arian Foster, 8 yards off the right side. I don't believe he was touched.
Great job by the Texans, and both lines for that matter.
Second down at 2. The stretch to Foster with a lead blocker in front, and he coasts to the end zone. 9 yards, touchdown. Lawrence Vickers, the fullback, led the way. An easy romp to the end zone.
And the Chargers lost to make it into the playoffs. Opening drive, no score. Case Keenum to Arian Foster. And look at Arian Foster, man. He makes some defenders miss, takes it in from 10 yards out the hard way.
Matt Schaub, play fakes to Arian Foster, and then finds him.
They play action.
He fooled the cameraman.
You know why? Because that running game is so effective. Yep. That's why it works.
Here come the Texans.
Good tip, Craig.
Hey, Heath, where'd this guy go to school?
I don't know.
Tennessee, Arian Foster, 24-14.
Thank you very much.
Had to get it in.
Not Auburn.
Arian Foster, 16 carries, 96 yards into the end zone there. Texans trailing only 14-13.
They have all the pieces. And right there, Arian Foster showing respect for...
I don't know.
Right back to him. Foster patiently waits. Sniffing the goal line. Gets in. Houston touchdown.
That's one thing I admire the most about the Houston Texans. They can run the football right down your throat.
Coaching staff credit, they made adjustments at halftime and wanted to implement Andre Johnson much more in this offense.
And this kid, Arian Foster's a beast, Marshall.
He is. Played a huge role, not just in the running game, but in the passing game. Caught some balls and really got this offense.
Smith. See if Boyer looks that way. He's looking left. Now to the middle. He's got Foster, and Foster's into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. A 14-yard pass play.
I don't understand. 7 plays later, Texans ball, 1st and 10 in the Dolphins 14. Arian Foster in the end zone. Houston up 10.
Not happy with his offensive production. He's the man calling the plays. It's gotten better here in the 3rd. Foster accelerates to the end zone. Touchdown, Texans. He fakes out Barry Church.
What is that? I don't know. 17-0 after a Brian Cushing interception. Here's Arian Foster busting through. 24-0. Dolphins need this game. They need this game. They're at home.
Season for Schaub. They're up 14-0. Later on in the game, up 14-3. This time it's Arian Foster getting into the end zone. Nice stiff arm towards the end of the run. Bowing to the crowd with the rushing touchdown. A 19-yarder for Foster. He has 24 in his career with Houston, the most in franchise history. They're up.
Waiting on the blocks to develop, cuts it back for a big run.
More Arian Foster,
Nice.
this time 25 yards and a sprint past Melvin Bullitt. 25-yard touchdown. Houston leading 27-10.
He showed flashes last year in the second NFL start against J.J. Watt and what was a struggling Texans defense. Arian Foster, 3 straight 100-yard games coming in today, and you're going to see a whole lot of this. 1st and 10 from the 34, Arian Foster with a 34-yard touchdown run. Texans up.
South for Indianapolis with 1 run. 35 yards out. He wins the rushing title, 1,616 yards.
16.
Not bad from being a practice squad guy last year.
Pay that man. Great job.
Texans now trying to put a fork into the Bengals. Give it to Arian Foster.
Close your eyes.
Do you see this, man?
Pushes Crocker out of the way. 42 yards for the touchdown.
I hope Crocker kids are asleep.
Texans on top, 31-10.
I wouldn't even go in the house if you did me like that, man. I got kids. You cannot do me like that.
How about Arian Foster? 24. And Arian Foster With shades of last year.
Yeah, Gary says, we're going to run the stretch play and block them up, and you are going to go yard, and that's what they did.
And Aaron says, I want my job back. I'm sick of this mess.
42 yards. He had a buck 55.
And one thing he does great, Marshall, is catch the ball out of the backfield.
Oh, yeah.
Like him, Falk. Got a little him Falk in it, too.
Listen,
He does.
when you can catch the ball mid-flight as a running back, a lot of running backs can catch the swing route. But when you turn up and that ball's in the air and you can catch it.
Relocate it like that.
Yeah.
Catch it with your hands.
Natural ball.
And in that third quarter, Arian Foster made up for lost time. Again, benched for the first quarter for disciplinary reasons.
Go get it. Go get it, young fella.
74 yards.
Yeah, they run the zone play as well as anybody, and this guy can bust it.
2 Raiders possessions.
He's the real deal.
Man, amongst boys.
Pay that man.
And
Tackle
his
him in
style
space.
on the screen
That's a
pass.
business decision.
But watch the style too. Straight up, kind of Dickerson-esque.
Hold on. No, I'm not saying he is like that. I'm not saying he is like that. Right, that's what he has.
You guys got to be careful with mentioning guys like that name. You got to stop. Y'all got to stop.
But look, I'm just saying the style.
And just a big-time catch here. As the play-action fake went to Foster, then they lost track of him. He goes down the sideline, makes a cut, slips past the defense. He will run it all the way for a touchdown, a 78-yard touchdown catch for Arian Foster.